Hey everybody, it's Kern and Burchard, co-founder of Millionaire Marketing Formulas with my man, our man, Frank Kern. Now, as promised, I'll be your host tonight to reveal to you the ultimate millionaire marketing formula, which is at essence everything that Frank and I teach. I'll be telling you all about who we are if you are new to us, but most of everybody who's listening right now have been with us for a while. You've been great customers. You know what we're up to. You know the results we can get you, and that's why hopefully you tuned in tonight and you're ready to learn the formula. Because here's the deal. Everything you need to know is in this statement, that your income right now, whatever you're earning, is directly proportionate to the quality and the intelligence of your what? Right, think about it. All of the money that you have coming in right now, or the money you don't have coming in, maybe you make millions of dollars, or maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you've been doing internet marketing for a long time, or you haven't done any. Maybe you don't know anything about marketing, or maybe you're really advanced. But regardless, no matter how much money you have right now, it's completely proportionate to the quality and the intelligence of your marketing. I think that's basic, but I get so many people who come to my events or come to Frank's event and they're going, I don't understand why I'm not making money. I'm smart. I have experience. I've been paying attention to the field. I've learned from so many of those people out there who are quote-unquote gurus. I don't understand why I don't have the cash flow that I've always wanted to have. I don't understand why I don't have more people buying from me, calling me, hiring me. What's going on? It comes down to your marketing. And if that's the truth, then what makes marketing intelligent? What really determines great marketing? And I think that answer is something we can give you in this webinar and something we want to offer you as well to help you continue and understand what are the best marketing formulas for your business specifically. And I think we have something to say about this. Our man Frank Kern, if you don't know him as much as I do, he's a great friend of mine. And Frank's, the most expensive and most sought-after internet marketing strategist in the world. Documented, his average private client reports a near immediate increase of $6.25 million in new sales as a direct result of his direction and marketing tactics. That's how good he is. If you're on the web with me right now, you see a great picture of Frank right there. That's a picture I took from my iPhone. He's pointing at this huge air conditioning unit that was in the seminar room he and I were at. Frank and I really got to know each other really well through Tony Robbins, who we both served as an advisor and a coach to. And that hilarious picture right now was him pointing to this ridiculous, huge air conditioning unit. We were freezing in there. We decided, let's get out of here. We went up to his suite and we sat and had a bunch of beers and we strategized about how we could take over the world, and we watched MTV. It was really great. It was like Howard Hughes style or something. But more about Frank. He's worked privately with celebrity clients, best-selling authors like Neil Strauss, Anthony Robbins, as well as several internet-based education companies. Most people know Frank, obviously, through the huge launches that he orchestrated, choreographed, and pulled off, from the StopperNet that did orders of $18.3 million to the Neil Strauss famous launch, $1.4 million, Pipeline Profits, $3.1 million, Eben's launch that he helped out with $2.2 million, the Magic Bullet, or somewhere around the $3 million mark, and List Control around the $4 million mark. Of course, all those numbers are approximate orders, and they're based on my bad memory and big wallet money. What we call big wallet money means you make so much during a launch, when people ask you how much, you're like, oh yeah, it was a couple million, because you don't really care about the money anymore. I know that sounds ridiculous, and we want to teach you how to make money tonight, and that's what we're going to be teaching in this webinar. And I'll show you my entire path to making millions. But at the end of the day, the funny thing is, once you start making the millions in internet marketing, when you start making real money from your marketing, you're not even that conscious about how much you're making anymore. I know it sounds silly, but money doesn't become your number one anymore. Now you're more focused on building a life of meaning. You're more focused on contribution. You're more focused on serving your clients. You're more focused on lifestyle, having fun. All right? Another thing I like about Frank is, if you know anything, despite his popularity and the demand for his services, Frank is kind of a recluse, right? He's very reclusive. He rarely takes on new private clients. Now he doesn't even do it anymore. He's known for being super selective with the people he works with. In addition to his work with private clients, his home study materials, which most of you have accessed through Mass Control or List Control, or you've seen him at my event like Experts Academy, They've directly impacted tens of thousands of entrepreneurs worldwide. He's widely regarded as the most respected and effective person in his field, both as a consultant and as an educator and as a doer. The guy does what he teaches, and that's why he makes millions of dollars, and that's why, hopefully, I do as well. So here's the deal. I'm curious. If you know this about him and you know what he is doing, I wonder, what's the deal with your marketing? If I could tell you my story real quick, you'd hear about me starting with Experts Academy, and I sell out that event now 8 in a row at $3,000 to $5,000 a ticket. I've got over 250 people who paid me $10,000 to $25,000 as basically a marketing consultant and a guru maker for them. I'm known as sort of the expert maker. I help people like Tony Robbins or Paul Abdul or David Bach improve their businesses through partnerships or promotions. And I've helped tens of thousands of people around the world figure out how do they position themselves as experts. But enough about Frank and I. What about you? I'm guessing you're here and you're on the line with us right now because there's a problem. And that problem is your marketing. And if Frank and I were to have a conversation with you, our diagnosis with you would be this. You're not making as much money as you could because you're not using the right marketing formulas. You haven't figured out what the formulas are for your business. Now, I know that everybody on this line is really advanced or intelligent with this. You've been customers with us or you've learned things from us before. But regardless of where you're at, if your income is directly proportionate to your marketing, then how great is your income right now? How much are you leaving on the table? How much are you not even taking the opportunity to make? And gosh, what could you do more to improve it? I think that's what this is really about. But there's more bad news than that because you also probably forgot what makes really great marketing great. And this is something every single client I ever advise, they learn this. They understand that, you know what? The bad news in their business is they forgot great marketing. And great marketing is so simple. But here's the thing behind all great marketing. And it's a phrase you need to learn, you need to understand, and you need to take a look at your business and think about because most people have forgotten strategic sequencing. It's really the phrase that makes great marketing great, right? Strategic sequencing is the idea that your marketing, really great marketing, is strategic and it's intelligently sequenced. See, it's not just about what should I say in my email copy, or it's not just tell me how to build a good sales page, Brendon. It's really about what are all of the communications that lead up to a sale, right? In Jeff Walker's world, he would talk about pre-launch, but it's broader than that to build a real business and make lots of recurring income over and over and over and over again throughout the year, throughout the month, every single day, which is what we want to get you to, right? Millionaire marketing formulas is all about putting the formulas in place in your business that makes you money over and over and over again. And to do that, we've got to take a step back from all the hectic and craziness stuff that you've been doing and focus strategically on what is it you should be marketing, how should you be marketing it, what order should you be marketing it in. Makes sense, right? But most people never take a step back for that, especially in the internet marketing world, as they call it. Most people are just working so hard, they're trying to figure out what the heck to say, and they're trying to figure out just to throw things out and see how it sticks. They're not strategic about it, and they wonder, how come at the end of the year I didn't make as much as I wanted to? Because they're just throwing things out there to see how it works, or they're saying, oh, you know what, next month we're going to launch this. Why are you just now deciding that next month you're going to launch something? Why wasn't that figured out as part of your strategy at the beginning of the year for the 12 months out? Part of being strategic about your marketing is drawing 12 boxes on a page, each box representing a month, and saying, what are we communicating this month? What are we leading up to this month? What are we standing for this month? That's strategic. And then once you start doing that, you can start seeing what the sequences would need to be to effectively lead to a sale. Makes sense, right? So if that all makes sense, why, oh why, aren't you being more strategic about your promotions? And I know I have some friends on this line right now who are literally making tens of millions of dollars marketing. And I know you're here because I can see your name on my little dashboard of webinars. And I also see some clients of mine who are just starting out. And I know the commonality between the two people is that each person, if they're honest about their business, they'd say, you know what, I'm leaving some serious money on the table because I'm not being strategic enough about my promotions. I'm not sequencing things right. They know. And that question leads me to, why not start sequencing your promotions more intelligently right now? You know, think about that. If you take anything from this webinar, I really want you to think about strategic sequencings. I have to be more intelligent and strategic about my marketing, and I need to sequence it better to lead to the end result that I want. Right? That's ultimately the difference between a promotion and a campaign. Right? A promotion is a one-time mailer or a one-time email. A campaign is a strategic sequence of promotions that leads to the desired behavior you want to lead to. Right? So all of this about strategic sequencing and being more strategic and sequencing things more intelligently, that's what we want to teach you, Frank and I. You know, that's what we're all about. That's what we want to tell you about with this Millionaire Marketing Program, this Millionaire Marketing Formulas Program that I'm going to tell you about. But first, hey, let's not jump into that. Let's make you $1 million first. Let me lay out for you the $1 million plan. As I promised in my email to you, I said, you know, I'll reveal to you, if I was to start over again, what would I do to make $1 million this year? I mean, from now to 12 months out, what would I do to make $1 million? And, you know, if you don't know my story, I'm just a guy who, from a small town in Montana, I got in a huge car accident when I was a young kid, and I learned that at the end of our lives, we all ask basically the same questions. We ask, did I live, did I love, and did I matter? And I had a message. You know, I wanted to get that message out there. I wanted to tell people, you know, at the end of our lives, we all ask, did I live, did I love, did I matter? And every day is a second chance for each of us to be more of who we are, to live more fully, to love more openly, to make more of a difference. If that's true, I felt like I had a calling, and I wanted to share that message, but I had no idea how to get out there. And I finally decided I was going to get it out there. And once I decided to get out there, and I started following some of the Millionaire Marketing formulas, and I put into play the formula, which I'll teach you tonight, then suddenly I made $4.6 million in 24 months. In just 2 years, I went from somebody nobody knew to, you know, this famous, in some circles, author, speaker, coach, seminar leader, online marketer. In each of those roles, as an author, as a speaker, as a coach, as a seminar leader, as an online marketer, I made $1 million in each one of those buckets, and all that came from putting into play intelligently the Millionaire Marketing formulas, and specifically the formula, which I'm going to teach you tonight. So with all that in mind, why don't we just lay out, what's the $1 million plan? If you're starting out right now, let's make you $1 million. What would I do? So let me lay out the plan for you. And here's the plan. You can see that the grand total, it leads up to $1 million and about, it was really $1,016,000. So that was the plan. I hope you enjoyed it. No, I'm teasing. So let me break it down for you, okay? I know you're all looking at it like, what was that? Let me tell you what it is. The $1 million plan. I'm going to lay it out for you in just a series. I think it's 6 things that you would do. Okay, the first thing, if I was to start all over again, and I think Frank feels the same way, if we were to start all over again in internet marketing or in the expert or guru space, as we're trying to build our empires as, you know, information marketers, authors, speakers, coaches, online marketers, whatever the term is you want to use for information marketing and internet marketing, the first thing we would do is create a consumer-priced product. Create a product. Create a consumer-priced product. Now, of course, you need to get it out there and market it, which we'll talk about. But you have to create a consumer-priced product. So a consumer-priced product might be something that's like $197 range. That $197 range might be, let's say, a 30-day audio program. Tony Robbins became famous for that with his Personal Power program. You could sit down now at your home with a, you know, simple Rode Podcaster microphone plugged into your computer and just shout out 30 CDs about your advice to other people, how they can grow their business or improve their marketing or improve their lives, and boom, you got a 30 CD set, or maybe a 5 CD set, or a 10 CD set as an audio program. Something very simple and basic like that as an example. But let's crunch the numbers, because I said I'm going to give you the $1 million plan. Is this cool? Okay, so create a consumer-priced product. Here's how you would do that. Here's how we're going to lead to $1 million. One product. That's all I have to do. Now listen to this. Consumer-priced product. If you sold just 5 units a day, which is only 35 units a month, and you sold 35 units a month at $197, that would be $6,895 per month. Well, $6,895 per month times 12 months would equal $82,740 per year. Not bad, right, when you're first starting out, right? Not a big, huge number. So as you take these numbers, just take them as we go, and you'll see how they all kind of work out. But let's say you get $82,000 per year. Is that a good start? Let's just assume, and we'll walk through the numbers and you'll see how this might work out. First thing, though, is you've got to create the product. Here's the challenge. And I understand that I apologize, that 35 per week. But I'm going to lowball these numbers. Watch what happens. The problem with, of course, creating a product is your marketing. If you're not making as much money as you could because you aren't using the right marketing formula. I'm going to hit this over and over and again. Winston Churchill said, if you have a point, hit it over and over and over again. If you're not making at least $80,000 a year in marketing something, that just means your marketing is bad, right? You haven't figured out the formula that's put in place. Again, I'm going to give you that tonight. But all you need is love. But you just need marketing. That's all you need. Okay, second thing we would do, create a low-tier continuity program, right? A subscription or membership program, whatever terminology you want to use. Low-tier meaning low-priced. If you get 100 people into your monthly training program, okay, get 100 people into your monthly training program. 100 people at $97 a month would equal $9,700 per month. $9,700 per month times 12 months is $116,400 per year. And I want you to see something, because I know I have some friends here who are literally making tens of millions of dollars here. And when you're looking at this, realize I'm just giving you lowball numbers because I know we also have beginners here. There's nobody on this line, if you had a good understanding of basic marketing formulas, who couldn't put 100 people into a monthly training program. I mean, just 100 people into a $97 a month program is $9,700 per month. That's $10,000 basically. $10,000 into your bank account every single month extra than you're making now. That's just a basic continuity program. We'll teach you all this at Millionaire Marketing Formulas at our program. But think about that. If you had an extra $10,000 a month, what would that do for your business? I even know people who are making millions of dollars. Hey, an extra $10,000, that keeps the lights on at the mansion. You know. But $10,000 a month times 12 months, I mean, look at that. You're making some serious money just with one little thing. Create a continuity program. $97 a month. People say, well, what would you do for that, Brendon? Right? What would you do for that? Well, what creates $97 a month programs? And by the way, Frank's got $297 a month programs. I have an $867 a month program, and I have, like 90-some people in there. Not a bad deal. How do you do that? Well, you have to learn how to create the marketing value. Right? You have to create the marketing value, and that's really key. Right? Yeah, really key. You have to learn how to create the marketing value for that. So $97 a month, what would that consist of? Well, that might consist of, very simply, you send them a DVD plus the transcript of the DVD every single month. For me, my $97 program, all I do is I post a new webinar to a membership program every single month. That's it. I don't even send anything out in the mail. And my stick rate is just fine. I average about 6.5 months in there. We'll talk about all these different numbers, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of some of the numbers. Here's the challenge. If you're going to do the continuity programs, why do most people fail at continuity programs? Same reason. You're not making as much money as you could because you aren't using the right marketing formulas. What's the sequencing that would lead somebody up to subscribing to your $97 information product? What is it? Right? What would it take? The third thing that we would do is we'd create a high-priced product. Now, I hope I'm doing all the math here right, because I think you'll get in the gist. But create a high-priced product, sell just 2 units a day, which equals about $60 a month, right? 30 days in the month times 2 units a day, that's $60 a month. If you sell $60 a month at $497, which is really a mid-tier to high-priced product, right, a $500 product, that's $29,820 per month. Well, $29,820 per month times 12 months, you just made $357,840 per year. You made $357,840 per year, and you're only selling 60 units a month, right? You're seeing people do launches where they're selling 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 in a day, 2 days, 3 days, 10 days. 60 units a month? You start thinking about this and you're going, oh my gosh, this is where the money is. You just have to learn to come back and remember, all you need is marketing. That's it. All you need is good marketing leading up to this. Check this out. The next thing that we would do is create a high-priced seminar. A high-priced seminar. This is simple. Sell 50 tickets to your seminar this year. In the next 12 months, pick a date, let's say 6 months, 8 months out, and say, I'm going to do a weekend seminar, and I'm going to charge $19.97 for it, $2,000 for a seminar ticket. If you just did that one time, and I know these are lots of conservative, I'm seeing lots of chat, or these are pretty conservative numbers, but I know. But that's the whole point. It's so conservative and easy to make $1 million when you're putting the right marketing into play. Look at this. Sell 50 tickets at $19.97 each. You just made $99,850 that year. So basically $100,000, and you only had to put 50 people into a room. And by the way, that's just front-end ticket sales. That doesn't count any sponsorship you might get on top of it. It doesn't count upsells on top of it. And it doesn't count any back-end continuing education sales into more programs or more products once they attend the event. So again, I get it. These are conservative numbers. But you following me? Check this out. What's the issue you need to figure out with your price seminar? Man, I learned this big time. Marketing, marketing, marketing. You have to figure out intelligent marketing to put butts in seats. I've sold 8 seminars out in a row of 400, well, let's say 300 people to 400 across the 2 programs I do. 300 to 400 people, 8 seminars in a row when the ticket price was anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. I think I might have something to teach you about the marketing sequences that lead up to getting people butts in seats, right? It's one of the reasons most of the big gurus now call me. In the last 2 years when everybody else couldn't fill rooms, I'm blowing it out of the park. Everyone's wondering why. It's the marketing. Next, what I would do? I would create a high-priced coaching program as well. Let's say you get 15 people into a high-priced, high-value coaching program. Okay? Follow the math here. 15 people at $2,000 a month, right? 15 people at $2,000 a month. That equals $30,000 a month. Think about what $30,000. I don't care where you're at financially. If you get an extra $30,000 in your life every single month, it changes everything. But you only need 15 customers to do this. So $30,000 per month at 12 months, that's $360,000 per year just with your coaching program. By the way, when I began, that was really what I was focused on, was just the last 2. I focused on doing live events, getting people into a room. My first seminar, I only had 24 people in a room, but they paid $2,000. I made $48,000 that weekend, and I said, oh, my God. And the value that I gave them, they were stoked. They wanted more. They said, what else can I do? I had to make up a coaching program on the fly. They said, please, 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 what else do we have to do? I said, sure, I'll do this thing for $2,000 a month. And it was like half the room signed up. It was unbelievable. So 15 people, that's all you need into a intelligently positioned, high-value driving coaching program, which we'll talk about how you do that with Millionaire Marketing Formulas. So there's another $360,000 a year. With the marketing behind a coaching program, what you need to figure out is what are the hooks and the value triggers and the value add-ons that will make someone say, you know what, this program is worth $2,000 a month. Because most life coaches are out there, they're trying to make $300 an hour. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, last year I had to stop my $25,000 coaching program because I couldn't take any more people, because I hadn't learned how to structure it intelligently. And by the way, notice I'd only began that a year earlier. My first year in coaching, I had 75 people paying me $2,000 a month. How did I do that? I want to show you all the resources and materials that we did that. And then finally, I got one more. And that's for you, as part of your $1 million marketing plan, for you to create a high-priced coaching program. Oh, I'm sorry, we already had that one in there. It duplicated. Next, okay. What is the major end here? What's the major end? What's the dollar amount? So here's a slide I put together for you that showed all of it in one spot. Okay, your $1 million plan, right? Here's the cash summary of how this works. Create a consumer price product. If you sell $35 a month at $197, that would equal for you $82,740 a year. If you create a low-tier continuity program, a subscription or a membership program, and you just get 100 people a month. Now think about these numbers. I really want you to hear me. I'll start again. The first thing I want you to do is create a consumer price product. You only have to sell 35 a month, okay? Only a month, and you made $82,000 a year. Second, create a low-tier continuity program. Get 100 people in that baby at $97 a month. There's $116,000 a year. Create a high-price product. Just sell 60 a month, just 2 a day at $497. There's another $357,840 a year. Fourth thing I want you to do is create a high-price seminar. Just sell 50 tickets. I mean, come on, in 6 months' time, can you sell 50 tickets at $2,000? If you put in the most basic marketing formula, you can do that. 50 tickets at $2,000 seminar, there's another $99,850 per year. And then finally, fifth, create a high-price coaching program. Get 15 people in there, just 15 people, 15 clients at $2,000 a month. That equals $360,000 per year. So the grand total between those 5 things, creating a consumer price product, creating a low-tier continuity program, creating a high-price product, creating a high-price seminar, and a high-price coaching program, your grand total that you would make this year in the 12 months would be $1,016,830 to be exact. So I'm sorry I made you $16,000 extra than I said I was going to make you, okay? That's the Millionaire plan. Now, there's a full caveat here, and here's the caveat. My first year doing this, and these were the only 5 strategies I put into place, I did $3.6 million my first full year when I had all 5 in place. That's my caveat. Now, why is that a caveat? Because most people think, well, I got to be rich and famous and have all these affiliates and do all this. I didn't have anything. Nobody knew who I was. It was the power of the sequencing of my marketing that was filling my events. When people were at my events, it was what I was saying to get them to enroll in my programs. It was who I was. And, of course, it was the value that I deliver, which is really the ultimate thing behind all this, right? That's why I keep focusing on the high-price stuff, because we want you, Frank and I want you, to deliver higher value to people than anybody else does, because when you create higher value for people, you get paid more. You just need to learn how to do this. Of course, we come back to the same dang problem, which is your marketing. You don't know what sites to put up. You don't know how to drive the right traffic to it. You don't know the strategic sequencing that needs to play. Even if you're watching it at a casual distance, if you're watching all these launches, and we've had a lot of them recently. I just did one in March that earned in a 10-day period nearly $2 million with the Experts Academy online launch. How did I do that? Well, there was a lot of strategic sequencing that led up to that. I was the number 3 affiliate for Eben's huge launch, for his Guru Mastermind launch. I was just the number 4 affiliate for Jeff Walker's product launch formula. And some of you have never even heard of me. How did I do that? I did it by the intelligent use of sequencing. Look at this. This is all you need to know. Just add the right formulas and strategic sequencing to your business, and boom, you got it. That's what this is about. Now, I promised to reveal to you Frank and I's formula. What is the formula that we would say ultimately leads to people trusting you, to people understanding your value, to people buying your low-tier products and continuity programs, all the way up to your high-tier price? Because a lot of people say, well, what would make someone pay $197 a month? Are you kidding me? I got a couple thousand of those doing that. People say, well, what would lead someone to come and do a $2,000 seminar? I go, you might not even know me, and I put 8 events in a row sold out. And it's all about the value that you're bringing and the way in which you use the marketing formula. And this marketing formula I'm going to reveal to you, if it seems too easy, then you just don't understand the sequencing that leads into it. So let me reveal to you Frank and I's $1 million marketing formula. And here it is. The formula, and I'll end this call real quick. I'm teasing. The formula is this. HBA plus DVG times ESP plus HVS plus SOS equals cash. That's the formula. And that formula has worked for Frank and I, for Frank over 11 years, for me for the last 3 years, for the clients paying me $25,000, to clients just coming to me for the first time, to Frank showing $100,000 private clients. This formula works over and over and over again. So here's the easy part. Now we've got to get to, well, what does this formula mean? So let me bust down each element of the formula for you. The first element is HBA. HBA is an acronym that just simply stands for this: Hungry Buying Audience. You've heard Frank talk about this a lot, right? Go find the hungry buying audience who's driving lots of traffic or something, stand in front of that traffic and hold out something for them to buy. And they'll buy it because they're hungry. They want what's in the bag. But a lot of people who are listening to me right now, you just haven't figured out, who really wants your stuff. More importantly, you might not have learned how to create valuable stuff for an audience that you want to serve. And just importantly, you might not have figured out, well, what's the sequence of marketing I have to put in front of these folks for them to take the action for me. And we've got a lot of people who know a lot about marketing listening right now. We have a lot of newbies. And the great equalizer is, who's the audience and how much do they want your stuff? From there, it's all strategic sequencing. So the first piece is that hungry buying audience. The next piece is DVG, which is deliver value to that audience and goodwill. Frank talks about this a lot as well, as so do I. You've got to find that audience and start delivering them value. Give them information, right? Put information into their hands that they say, oh my gosh, this person is a great person. They just gave me this solution to my big problem. Like many of you might think right now, hey, I've been trying to figure out my $1 million plan in this information marketing space. Brendon just sent out 5 things that I can do, and I can create a product, and I can do that, and I can get that $1 million. Good. I hope that gives you goodwill. And that's why we're doing this webinar, right? It's goodwill to say, let's give you some training. You should also train your audiences. Deliver high value to them, deliver some goodwill, and things move from there. Next, this is where I've focused my career. ESP is expert story positioning. When you multiply delivering value and goodwill to people, delivering solutions that can help them in their life or their business, and I've done this in the personal growth space, I've done this in the spirituality space, I've done this in the get rich quick money space. When you take that delivering value and goodwill and you multiply it by your story of struggle, your story of finding a solution, the story of who you are authentically at your core in which you serve people, when you include the elements of who you are into your sequencing and you include it in there intelligently and authentically and transparently, it completely changes the game. Most people have never learned how to tell their story. If you ever bought like Mass Control by Frank Kern, you know that Frank talks a lot about you figuring out what's your character story. Who are you? What are the elements of who you are? If you come to Experts Academy, you've learned that your story of struggle, you don't need to go out there and be some famous person and brag about all of the results and accomplishments you've had in your life. Matter of fact, most people hate that. I mean, have you ever sat down at dinner with a braggart? You didn't love that experience, I'm guessing. But rather, you wanted to understand who they really were. And part of today's ease in marketing is showing who you are and why you care about people and why you care if they get what you're teaching them. You know, one of my biggest hallmarks that I guess has made me different, if anything has, is that when people come to my events, they can really tell that I care if they get it, if they understand how to go and do it in their own business, if they understand exactly what to do Monday morning when they leave my seminar. And that's been critical. And I also always helping people understand it's so much about you displaying your story of who you really are. That's the great amplifier. That's the multiplier here in this formula. So let's move on. Next, the next element of the formula is HVS, high value solution. For you to figure out what exactly does this audience need, and for you to deliver it in a way that they go, oh my gosh, this is going to deliver more value to me than that over there, so I will buy this. This thing to me is pushing all of my value drivers. It's making me decide I want this because I know this solution will deliver a greater return to me than anything else. Does that make sense? So your high-value solution is, what is it you're going to put in front of this audience that makes them say, oh my gosh, I need that. That will help me. That will improve my life. That will make me improve my business. That will help me accomplish my dreams. That will help me get more results. You've got to learn how to position your solutions in a way that people go, that's high value. I understand by listening to that and doing that, I'm going to get paid. Okay, so let's move on. Next, the last piece of this formula is SOS, the strategic offer sequence. It's the sequencing of things that leads up to the sale that is the most important part before you get to the cash. You can't make the money if you don't sequence your marketing intelligently. That's why Frank and I created the Millionaire Marketing Formulas. There's a formula of things that happens before someone decides to buy from you. Should make sense, right? But so many people, they kind of conceptually know these things, but they never tactically actually put it into their emails or into their sales pages or into their newsletters or into their direct response or into their direct marketing. They haven't figured out what should I be saying to lead to the ultimate sale. So that's kind of the formula, and let me recap it here for you. HBA stood for Hungry Buying Audience. HBA plus DVG is Deliver Value and Goodwill, times ESP, which is your expert story positioning, plus HBS is your high value solution, plus SOS, your strategic offer sequence. And by the way, SOS has a double entendre here, or a double meaning, right? SOS means you want this to be positioned in a way that the audience at the end is like, SOS, help me. I do need your help. Please give me something to buy that will fix this problem. And when you do that, it leads to cash. And of course, cash stands for hell yes, as Frank would say, right? When you get to the point where the cash is coming in at the level that you want, then everything changes. Your life changes. Your business is more fun. You're making more of an impact as you make more income, as you gain more influence. And that's what this formula is really about. It's not just about leading to cash. It's leading to you have a better lifestyle, and you have more influence, more income, and more impact in your community, in your niche, in the world. And I hope that helps you with that formula. And the formula is exciting to me because, one, Frank and I really sat down and thought about what have we been teaching, what do we know? And when you put this formula into place, of course, we want to break this down further for you at Millionaire Marketing Formulas. That's the program that I want to tell you about. We want to break it down for you more, but we're excited about this for two reasons. One, we're excited about it because it's a summary, and it helps people understand a big picture of what they need to do. And two, because I have breaking news for you. There's a reason you've been hearing me tonight, and a reason somebody's been absent. And here's the breaking news. You might have heard about this, that Frank is retiring from teaching internet marketing. If you're one of his high-profile customers or one of his best customers, you've already heard about this. He's already been telling people about it in his emails, that Frank has been kind of moving on to building a huge business helping people with internet marketing, helping small businesses master their own internet marketing at the Main Street level almost, right? So he's building a $50 million revenue company right now. His goal is to sell for $300 million, cash out, and surf all day. And he's decided that in the rest of this year, he's not releasing more products. He's not doing more programs. His last sort of lecture, if you will, is going to be Millionaire Marketing Formulas with me in San Diego. And I want you to be there. And if the truth is that he's walking away from teaching all this, wouldn't you want to get all of his secrets before he leaves? I mean, he's the master. You've seen the results he's gotten. Everyone loves him. And I'm honored that I get to do this with him because, one, he's a friend, and two, I've learned a lot from him, and three, we've made a lot of money together, and hopefully we've served a lot of people along the way. And so that's what we want to do with you is we want you to come to Millionaire Marketing Formulas. We want to give you our best strategies for you to overcome all the problems in your marketing, which essentially the problems in your marketing comes down to the strategy you're using and the strategic sequence of things that you are sending out to a potential audience to make a sale. So, Millionaire Marketing Formulas, we're going to help you figure that out. Here's what we're going to teach you. At Millionaire Marketing Formulas, we're going to show you every formula that we personally know and use to make real money and spread goodwill. This is not some hodgepodge collection of crap. This is the most best advanced unbelievable strategies and formulas that he and I have ever figured out that we're going to reveal. It's kind of the behind-the-curtain training that Frank wants to do before he steps off the field. And so that one reason I decided to partner with him and do this is because I want to know these things from Frank. Now, I'm lucky to count him as a friend, and I'm able to just call him and pick his brain. But what he's going to teach you and me and the small group of people at Millionaire Marketing Formulas will blow your mind. We're going to reveal to you also 10 proven, never before revealed $1 million marketing formulas. The 10 best formulas we know, including the strategic sequencing that you can go home and put into play that will increase your revenue, that will increase your ability to reach more people, that will increase your standing in your niche, which is huge, right? We want to show you also the business models of the world's greatest and richest gurus, because the reality is a lot of guys and gals, they go out here in the internet marketing space, they learn some of the marketing strategies, they learn about opt-in pages and autoresponders and sales pages and sales copy, and yet the challenge is they never really make any cool, big, recurring paydays, recurring revenue. Why? They don't know what they're supposed to be doing with their business. They haven't figured out what the business model is that they're trying to actually operate in. So, for example, what does Tony Robbins do to make all his money? What does Frank Kern do to make all his money? What does Eben Pagan and Jeff Walker and John Reese and myself, what do we do to make all of our money? It's not just the emails you're seeing sent out. It's not just that. There's a business model that underlies all of this that no one's ever really taught in the internet marketing space because everyone's so focused just on tactics. We're going to teach you the tactics at Millionaire Marketing Formulas, but we're going to combine it and show you the strategy of the business model so you can make it come in over and over and over again. We also want to teach you our high-end, huge margin consulting and mastermind secrets. You know, I've had over 200 people pay me $10,000 to $25,000 a year just in the last 2 or 3 years. How have I been able to do that? What is my mastermind program? And I'm actually going to show for the first time ever at Millionaire Marketing Formulas, I'm going to show you the pitch. I'm going to walk you through how I enroll a live audience into a $10,000 to $25,000 program. That presentation I'm going to give at Millionaire Marketing Formulas alone is worth the tuition. Because imagine if you could stand up in front of it doesn't matter how many people, and you could close 20 or 30% of them into a $10,000 program. It changes your life in terms of revenue forever. Frank has also figured out how to charge people $100,000 up front and then a portion of the royalties on the back end. How has he figured out how to do that? We're going to reveal that to you at Millionaire Marketing Formulas. Next, how do the highly paid experts make the real paydays? I'm talking about a big launch. I'm talking about a huge sale. How are they doing it? How do we do it? How could you do it? We also want to show you what's the path, the fastest path for you to become the highest profile and the highest paid in your niche. I mean, the path. I was able to do that in the expert space in less than 18 months with the development of Experts Academy. And the reason I was able to do that was I really put into play really intelligent positioning and promotions. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Frank's going to show you how he did it in his first 2 years. Because at the end of the day, the next 2 years of your life in this business will dictate the next decade. So what are you going to do? We also want to show you what are the advanced sales and platform psychology secrets that he and I use to lead to huge sales, not just from the platform live, but also the advanced sales psychology that we're using in our internet marketing, from our emails to our opt-in pages to our sales sequences. We want to show you direct mail secrets that create buying frenzies. What happens when Frank sends out a direct mail piece to all of his people? What happens? Action is taken. That's how he filled his $100,000 private client program. It's how he's filled $10,000 programs. It's how I've filled $25,000 programs. I want to show you the direct mail pieces we actually use and tell you why they work. He's going to talk about the pay-per-click sort of ninja tricks that he knows that don't waste money and bring in real leads, because a lot of pay-per-click stuff out there, as you know, is junk. So it's about, well, what really works and what works now. We'll talk about something we're both really skilled at, and that's joint venture getting. Right? Frank's the best at it. I mean, he's a real Jedi master figuring out how do you get partners and affiliates to promote your stuff? I mean, how do you really do it? Well, I mean, how are you going to get 10 or 15 people to promote your stuff in this next 12 months to 24 months that will make you $1 million? I'll tell you how I did it. Next, we want to teach you the product creation formulas that are going to make your life easier and more profitable? How do you create products that are high value, that deliver what they promise, and make people keep coming back over and over and over again, but not just in terms of buying your product, but that the product is so damn good that they decide to enroll into your next level of services, your coaching or your mastermind programs. Because, again, it's a sequence that we want to lead to. Ultimately, we want to show you never-before-seen deals that we've both done in multiple areas. I'm going to show you never-before-seen corporate deals that I've done, from licensing my information to getting a speaking tour sponsored. I'm going to show you the exact formula, the exact pitches that I personally use, and many of you know I'm kind of famous for that with my partnership seminar program of having over $3 million committed in sponsors for next year. How the heck did I do that when most people don't know who I am? You could do the exact same thing. You don't have to be rich and famous to do this. You just have to start. Next, we're going to do audience hot seats. This is a small group of people who are going to be with us at Millionaire Marketing Formulas. And because of that, we're going to do hot seats. We're going to put you or somebody on the stage, and we're going to talk about their business, and Frank and I are just going to say, here's what we would do. That alone and seeing that, I guarantee, will be worth this entire program. Plus, we're going to do group Q&As because it will be a small group setting. Here's the deal. We're also going to do something really cool. Frank, for the first time, is going to reveal his plan for making this $300 million business. His Main Street marketing efforts in which he's doing these efforts to get these small businesses to buy programs and services from him to help them with their marketing. How is he doing it? How has he built it? I mean, he's going to talk just about interesting and, just unbelievable strategies he's recently told me about phone room marketing, about telemarketing essentially, and how you can use that in your own business now to literally pick up the phone and by the end of this week make a couple extra grand. It's unbelievable what he has taught me there. He's going to say, here's what I'm doing, here's how I'm doing it, here's what our goals are, here's how we plan on getting out of this thing and selling this thing for $300 million. I think you're probably interested, especially because you know this is Frank's last lecture. So here's the deal. Millionaire Marketing Formulas. What's the details? You want to know about it? I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you how you can access it. I'll tell you about all the cool stuff we're going to give you. And I'm going to tell you about why you should do it, because I think this is going to be something that, frankly, will become legendary. First and foremost, this is 3 days with me and Frank personally. Just Frank, just I, just you, teaching you. It's in San Diego. It's July 16th to 17th. Yes, this July 16th to 17th. Don't sweat it for any reason if you can't make it. I know it's right around the corner, because what we've tried to do is we've made it so that if you can't make it for any reason, just register anyway, and we'll send you the exclusive product. I know some people won't be able to make it. I hope you personally make it, because I know what will happen in your business if you're that person who gets the hot seat with us. If you're the person that Frank and I say, hey, man, here's what we would do in your business. If you can't make it for whatever reason, register anyway. We'll send you the exclusive product. It's not a product Frank and I are releasing. This is a $10,000 training. We want you to be there and learn how to do this. But, of course, you're wondering, well, how much does it really cost? And that's what I want to tell you about, because you already know that Frank's client program, which is closed now, he doesn't take on anyone else, is $100,000 plus royalties. We know that when you come to this program, that the ideas we're going to give, the potential for them is extraordinary, especially for us to just say, well, it's worth $100,000. Come to this. We'll tell you exactly what to do in your business, what marketing formulas to put into play, and we could charge you on the back end. A lot of people are doing that recently. We're not interested in getting any piece in any amount of your back end at all. We want you to take our strategies, put them into your play in your business, send us a testimonial and say, hey, I rocked it out. Thanks, guys. We're not interested in any back-end royalties. You make the money doing what we teach you to do. You go ahead. You keep that money. It's yours. We're not interested in royalties. But you know he usually charges $100,000 for that. You know, if you've seen any of my stuff, that my coaching program is $25,000. I closed it last year because I had too many people in it. And it wasn't something I wanted to do anymore. I just thought, you know what, I know how to teach the masses. I'm going to keep doing that. I work with a few select clients who now are paying much more than that. But my $25,000 program is closed. So here's the deal with this, though. Only 100 people are going to get to join Frank and I for Millionaire Marketing Formulas. So here's the deal. You can attend Millionaire Marketing Formulas for 2 payments of $5,000. You can go to this website to see all of the details about it. MillionaireMarketingFormulas.com. millionairemarketingformulas.com. That's the registration page. You can go there now. Less than 100 people will get in. Millionairemarketingformulas, plural.com. Millionairemarketingformulas.com. But of course, we're marketers. We know how this works. So do you. So here's the killer bonuses. Here's the guarantee. And here's all that urgency stuff we're supposed to do. And it's true. Here's the first bonus that I want to give you personally. When you sign up for Millionaire Marketing Formulas right now, just go to millionairemarketingformulas.com. I'm going to give you 2 free tickets to my High Performance Academy. Each ticket is $867. It's an event that's my best advanced training on psychology, physiology, productivity, persuasion secrets of today's highest achievers. High Performance Academy makes sure that you can go out and take action on everything that we teach and everything that we know, because it will help you develop the mindset and the habits of successful achievers. Because you probably already have a system or a program sitting there that you haven't opportunized on. Why? Because you haven't figured out the productivity and the persuasion secrets that would make it go into the stratosphere. Here's another thing I'll do. When you register for Millionaire Marketing Formulas, I'll give you 2 free tickets to my partnership seminar. That's $10,000 of tickets. This is my famous $5,000 event that teaches you how do you get your next project, your next book, your next tour, event, cause, dream, or promotion sponsored and promoted by Fortune 500 companies and global nonprofits. This is the same stuff I've used to get over $3 million in committed sponsors for next year, and the same strategies that I've taught Tony Robbins, Paula Abdul, and some of the most incredible people in our industry. These partnership strategies are legendary. It's how I gave away a Porsche in my last product launch. You want to learn how to get great prizes for your next product launches? You need to know this stuff. I'm going to give you 2 tickets. So you can give it to a client, a friend, a coworker, a spouse, I don't care. You can come to this live event and it will change your life forever. That alone is worth it. But then here's something else we want to throw in. This is something I don't want a lot of people to know about, except those of you who are listening right now. When you register for Millionaire Marketing Formulas, I'm also going to give you a strategic coaching call with me personally. So I want you to know I flat out don't do these anymore. Unless they're members of my $25,000 coaching program or $100,000 coaching program. But after Millionaire Marketing Formulas with Frank and I'm going to do a private phone call with you to answer any of your questions so that we know you're taken care of individually. Think about that. Think about the last seminar you went to and you left and you had no idea what the hell to do with yourself, right? And you're like, you got home, you're like, I don't know what to apply, I don't know what to do first. How many seminar leaders will say, I will get on the phone with you and I'm going to walk you through it? Besides, we're going to be together for 3 days, you, me, Frank, in San Diego. There's plenty of time to network and talk with us, celebrate with us, ask us questions. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure, too, when you go home, that you know exactly what to do. So that bonus love of those 3 bonuses, my High Performance Academy, my partnership seminar, my personal time with you, the value of those 3 bonuses is $15,000, which is more than the price of tuition to Millionaire Marketing Formulas in the first place. So once you register for Millionaire Marketing Formulas, I'll give you the dates of both my High Performance Academy and my partnership seminar. And by the way, if for any reason you can't make my live events, which the free tickets you get, I'll happily give you free access to the trainings. I'll either ship you the product or give you the online access to those programs. And here's the ultimate guarantee. If you come to Millionaire Marketing Formulas and for any reason you're not 100% satisfied, after you attend the entire event, not this first day bull crap that people do, attend the whole event and go home and think about it. If within 48 hours you contact and say, you know what, that wasn't for me, we'll give you your money back. It's 100% satisfied, 100% satisfaction guarantee. And you can keep my bonuses because I'd feel terrible that if you felt like any reason we wasted your time. But here's the deal. Plus, if you don't know what to do when you go home on Monday after attending Millionaire Marketing Formulas, if you don't know what to do when you go home, you'll get your money back too. No one's ever given that guarantee. Meaning, if you're confused or you don't have an idea about what to do in your own business, we'll give you your money back. Because I'm trying to set a new standard, and Frank knows as he's leaving this industry, he wants to leave this legacy that we took care of people. That's why we can only put 100 people in this event tops, because it's a lot of individual attention from basically 2 of the top paid, highest paid internet marketers and expert builders in the world right now. He and I are both known for that. So here's the guarantee. You will know what actions to take in your business when you go home to make more money or your money back, period. That is a guarantee. But, of course, I've got this whole act now urgent stuff that's important because you need to know something that we didn't tell you earlier. You heard that only 100 people will get into Millionaire Marketing Formulas. The challenge is we've almost sold 50 tickets already, meaning right now I've got a couple hundred people on this webinar. You're all hearing my voice. You're all still with me. You better go to millionairemarketingformulas.com because there's less than 50 tickets left to the event. It's 3 days with me and Frank, his last lecture. It's in San Diego. It's July 16th to 17th. If for any reason you can't make those dates, register anyway, and we'll send you the exclusive product. We have no plans to release this or do anything with it. We want to create a magical atmosphere for the 100 people who are in the room, and whoever if you can't make it, that's fine. We'll send you the product. We'll try and get it out within 30 days of the program. That's Millionaire Marketing Formulas. If I had to tell you 6 things about the program, here's what it is. 1, this is Frank's last lecture. He has no plans to do another program or product release this year. If you want to learn from the best, come and spend 3 days with us individually. We start on Friday. We go all day Friday. We go all day Saturday. We go half day Sunday. Go to millionairemarketingformulas.com and you can see that schedule is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We go all day Friday. This is not like Frank's traditional events. We're going all day Friday, all day Saturday, half day Sunday with me and Frank. Imagine that access to the 2 of the highest paid guys in the industry. This is our best kept money making secrets. This is the stuff that we reveal to our $100,000 clients. This is the stuff that has made us tremendous amounts of money. I think Frank's done over $20 million just in his own business in the last few years, not counting the tens of millions he's done for his clients or any of his affiliate efforts, any of his back-end royalty efforts. We're going to show you exactly what we've done to build our business from scratch to position ourselves as the highest paid, highest profile in our industry, and we're going to lay out the formulas for you to do the same in your niche. This is a one-time only event. We have no plans to do Millionaire Marketing Formulas ever again. It's taking way too much of our time, but we want to serve you. This is a guaranteed event. If for any reason you're not satisfied, tell us. Please do it with integrity. Don't just take advantage of us because clearly we want the 100 people who are going to be there to make a significant impact and to really go out and do what we teach us. It's guaranteed. If you go home and you're confused, you don't know what to do, you don't think it applies to you, you have any questions, you'll get your money back. This is going to be a legendary event. This will give you answers for your business. I don't care what business you're in. The end of the day, the income you have coming in right now is directly proportionate to how good your marketing is, how intelligent it is. And the intelligence equals how strategic is it, and what is the sequencing you're using. Not just the copy, not just the opt-in page, not just the tactics, but what's the big picture? What's the business model? What's the strategy? What's the sequencing you're using? And yes, of course, we'll cover tactics and show you all the examples of everything we teach. You'll get to see a live, real example, and we'll get to show you, here's what we did with it. Here's the results we got with it. And here's how you can apply it in your own business, and here's how to do it. There's less than 50 seats left. We would love to see you there. I know the difference it would make for you. I personally would have just killed to be at this event when I first began. You know, I look back now 3-4 years ago after, whatever it is, multiple millions of dollars. Now I've a couple of brand names that people know, Experts Academy, Partnership Seminar, High Performance Academy, getting people like Tony Robbins to call and say, hey, how do I do this, Brendon? Having people like Paul Abdul say, how do I do this? Frank and I on the phone saying, hey, how do we do this? All of this influence and impact and income I've made in the last several years, I started from scratch. So no matter where you're at, this is for you. If you're very advanced and you've ever been in a room with Frank before, you know that he'll say things off the cuff that would be worth $1 million to you if you put it into play. Less than 50 seats left. We would be honored and thrilled to see you there. Go to millionairemarketingformulas.com. If for any reason you can't make the live event, just register anyway, and we'll send you the product. All the information is at millionairemarketingformulas.com. Come join me, Frank Kern, and a small group of people who are going to now dominate online because they know the millionaire marketing formulas that will grow their business and get them more impact, more influence, and more income. We would be honored to see you there. Thanks for spending your evening with me and listening to this webinar. Go to millionairemarketingformulas.com. We'll see you in San Diego. Thanks, everybody. Good night.